Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Mangru, hello, hello, hello.
And folks, it's Tuesday, which means that we need to be getting back to some more Steel Division Season 3 League play. And here on Sianno, we have who with what?
Left-hand side in blue, we have Cadilakor playing as 14th Infantrie with Vanguard income. Right-hand side, we have Chickendew playing 29th Tank Corps with a very flat income.
Indeed we do. Now, Cadilakor, we used to see a lot of him back in the day. Chickendew as well. So what should we expect out of this divisional matchup?
It should be a pretty interesting run. We've seen 14 Infantry in the past, and every time they always perform terribly. So maybe Cadilakor can pilot the division a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit hard against 29th, as they got IS-2 tanks, and they're overall pretty decent division.
It's going to be even more difficult down to the south, as we can see. Yes, while we have a bit of a push here, because Flatline and Stosstruppen, there's going to be some artillery hammering this early town here from an off-map call-in, and a couple T-34s backing that up. So wouldn't be surprised to see, let's say, a delayed push here coming in that south-central town. But what's this, an early airplane, ME-410, going to be looking for that KAO. Little does he know, or maybe he does, because he's got all of his troops trying to back out now. But I think it's a little bit too late.
He's going for the KO. Massive price to price. You can see it. He's doing evasive maneuvers, but not evasive enough. And that was a really good kill there from Caddy. Still need to, withstand one barrage.
So, not for nothing as well, though, but we have a slam bang thing going on all over the place. Down, like I said, to the south, Stosstruppen and Flammenwerf was pushing back the Stroki and the Razvedka for the moment. And to the north, there's just barrages of artillery fire. These 76-2s are just bowling back against these IG-290s, which I think are literally just a 76-2, but Boitas.
Yeah, it's just like bloody Napoleonic Wars here, just both sides shooting artillery from hilltops at one another.
Well, I think the weird thing for me is that we actually have a mirror match in terms of equipment, and we have guys distinctly on different sides of the fight, so quite interesting there.
Gotta love German divisions.
Exactly, especially in the Eastern Front. Gotta use whatever we have, man. A couple of early struggles, of course, though not too much to write home about in terms of armored vehicles from the 14th Infantry, regrettably. And you can see actually already the struggles are going to need to be kept at arm's length, if for no other reason, those 57 Mills 2s, which are just so deadly.
They are. You can really just pound for anything that 14 Infantry can bring up, including the Tiger tanks that are available.
But of course, as I say that, we actually have a T-34 rushing into this town. And remember, guys, 14th Infantry, not a lot of AT on their Phase A troops. Ersatz, Beglitz, Grenadiers, not going to survive very well against that early Soviet power. Yeah.
I always find it funny, the regular German infantry divisions, which have the Grenadiers and whatnot, arguably in SD2, they're terrible infantry. Like, the Russian, even tank divisions have better equipped infantry than the Germans. So really I find that 14 Infantry, for example, for the most part, your infantry is just here to soak up shots, and then you're really relying on infantry support guns, air power, and anti-tank guns, a few tanks, to really be doing the majority of the killing, and artillery.
Which really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we can see the impact of that right now, as the Soviets are very much past that 50-yard line and into the German side of, the tracks. Ooh, but we do have actually a 45 mil from this side here. Trying to engage a couple of T-34s, and the T-34s apparently don't think it's important enough to fire back, which... Nah, never mind. I was going to say which might become the end of them, but that's very unlikely to happen.
Yeah, I think T-34s having... They know they're being shot at, but they can't see with their terrible optics and no recon nearby. We've got some Luke C's coming in. Going to be trying to break the southern side here, but that T-34 at close range could prove to be a bit troublesome. Same with another off-map artillery being brought in.
Which is really bizarre to see, actually. I'm actually surprised there's been so much investment here super early. Oh, wait, Ju-88 going in on both of those. That's one. He's got both. Ooh.
That was a really good kill, yeah, but we got the Cobra coming in, but Cobra Commander, I think, is a little bit slow to shoot down the Junkers.
Curse you,,, or, I don't know, I'm like, curse you, Jorgens. 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 But down south, that barrage is going to come in just in time for the Lukes to share in that. So I think it's great that they really want to be a part of the team like that. Suffer together, go through adversity together.
I mean,
you
wouldn't want to be in part of the arty party.
I think, the one causing the arty party, sure. On the receiving end, maybe a little less so. But, I'm old school, what can I say? Ooh, an IS-2 actually being brought into the south as well. Even as the 410 comes back in at that infantry, yep, definitely caused a little bit of freaking out. But the IS-2, that's a force multiplier that I'm not even sure the Germans can deal with at the moment.
Yeah, it's... IS-2s are always a huge pain in the ass to deal with. Cadilakor was the best option with killing it. Is really those Ju-88 cluster bombers to try and knock it out. I'm not sure if he gets access to Pack 43s for 14th. I don't think so. I think it's only really Pack 40s.
But technically even the Pack 40s could do it.
Yeah, they can. They do have APCR, but it's not a super reliable way to knock out IS-2s. But they can do it for a good price.
That's kind of funny to me, actually, to the north. There was so much fire in Sturm and Drang going on before, but now what do we have? We have a much more relaxed, kind of copacetic front line. 410, by the way, coming back into the south, trying to freak out that IS-2. It ain't gonna go well. Yes, even the Elite Grenadiers getting pounded there.
God, that dive bombing is so cool. Just seeing it.
The skip bombing? Yeah,
I
love it.
It really puts a smile to my face. Like a lot of the animations in this game.
Well, I'm continuing to take a high level here. We do have a couple other tanks moving to the south. Next, we have 37 mil. So that way, we're not going to see a repeat of the Ju-88. So if he's going to get a Ju-88 in at all, it's going to be now. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's definitely a good call from Chicken trying to build up an anti-aircraft net. Because those cluster bombs are the major threat against his IS-2s. Or just bombers in general. And we got 410. Oh, Cobra's pretty slow. No, it's not pretty slow.
I kind of go both ways on this because he's not really that heavily armed.
No. But 410's pretty fast. I think it's the better comparison in that case. And
well, in the 12-7s, though, the 12-7s don't do much. You got to get super close to get those much heavier. Ooh, Tiger E on the field, and a Cobra goes down. So apparently there's a mongoose on somewhere. Holy
moly! That was a single 20mm or two 20mm. I shot that down, but still.
Well, and let's be fair though, because he was taking a little bit of damage from the 410 as well. Not a huge amount.
Yeah.
But the 410 still does have that rear gun. And the Lukes took out a T-34, or was that maybe this 45 mil?
I think it was. Might have been one or the other. I didn't see for sure, but that's a pretty good kill nonetheless. Knocking out T-34s at Southern Forest is a lot less scary for the German position with no real tanks in there.
I'm kind of intrigued to see what happens. This IS-2 is trying to get eyes onto this Lukes, but the Lukes is just way too tricky for him. This Tiger, though. Tiger can be seen.
And it's not the best idea engaging a Tiger head-on against an IS-2, but I think he's just trying to bait it in so the Slug can get the flank. But will the Slug get a sufficient enough shot to get the flanking kill? That's the real question here.
And let's not discount the Razvedka that's right there. He still does have a Zook.
Yeah.
But the machine gun might be enough.
He doesn't see it.
But the Lukes doesn't either. IS-2 is down.
It gets pinned! Oh my god.
IS-2 is down too. Yes.
Holy moly. That was a lot of things happened there in a short period of time.
But this is that moment again. I mean, we have here a moment where so much of this is a momentum on the south. And I think there's another T-34? Oh yeah, it's a couple T-34s. The 76 is 1942 down to the southeast. But when all is said and done, what has he lost? He might lose a Lukes up here. And if he does, big freaking deal. I mean, a Lukes, as much as I have a soft spot for them, their armor is just too soft to really survive.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
You can afford to lose him. And this is a pretty good push from Caddy retaking that town. And now he's getting a slow 13-11 advantage over Chicken. And so far, as we're exiting this A phase, it's been pretty neck on neck. But Caddy is starting to get that aggression, get that flag advantage heading into B.
Well, in the last artillery barrage is going to be falling down here to the south. I'm trying to see what he's shooting at. Oh, there's the Cobra. Not going to get a whole lot per Perglete Pioneers, but outside of that, not really too much to write home about.
Nope, not really.
Interestingly as well, we actually have ourselves at 37 mil. Very unwisely showing his location here against this Stug.
Yep.
Which is a bit unfortunate.
Shot across the pond.
Almost as bad as having these, I think there's a Stoss Trooper getting taken out by a Strokey TP. Thank you. That's like, get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I really am quite surprised by how quiet it has been to the north. We've had a couple of, like, small, teeny, tiny bits of aggression, but for the most part, not too much happening there. Everyone's focusing down to the south.
Yeah, usually what happens in North is that whoever just captures and holds the entirety of the town usually just kind of holds the northern side because it's kind of scary to cross that giant no man's land down the hill between you and the town. Even though in this case, as we can see here, Caddy doesn't have much up north. It's a pretty light defensive force, but you can also say the same thing for Chicken.
Well, GU88 goes in, 410 goes in, and the 2 Cobras, but with the tail gunners as well as the 20 mils on the ground, I don't see this as going particularly well. Ooh, no, I am incorrect. Caster's Curse strikes.
Yeah, the 410 seems like it's going to get away.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the 20 mils not engaging the Cobra.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good kill from Chicken, as that bloody cluster bomber is the bane of his existence for his big and powerful IS-2s.
Well, the Cobras are running out as well, though, too, so we got to be really quite nervous about this.
Yeah, he's already shot down 3 of them this early on. That's pretty damn good.
Yes, it is. Now, let's not be misunderstood. We still have 85s and 76s. Pushing back at least one of these Stugs. And right now, the Tiger is sufficiently out of line of sight that he cannot yet engage these armored tormentors.
Nope. It's really odd area at town for trying to get tank fights. Because there's all this weird cover, like forests and buildings, which block your line of sight.
Well, here's the question. Is what you do you swing it south and put it on that southern lake front, maybe sticking it right behind the trees so that you cover the approaches?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, putting in the southern lake is really the best option because you can shoot stuff trying to get into the town and lock it down.
Oh, by the way, let's not miss out that we have some recon Rozvedkas hugging the north border.
Oh!
I think he's just looking to get some sneaky beaky kills here.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I hope something comes of this. They had some Metal Gear Solid sneaking mission shit, right? Yeah.
No, the Tiger's going to put himself on the lake shore. So this is going to be interesting. I'd love to see this happen. This is a rare occasion here.
Yeah, he's going to get the ambush shot on the T-34s, but riffs it. Not exactly ideal.
I think he was turning, and that's the thing that really kind of threw him in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Hans, stop moving the tank!
Exactly. Take your hands off it, Hans. But there we go. Oh, and actually, wait a second. Oh, with the Stug as well. I completely discounted the Stug.
Yeah, it's a pretty good engagement here from Caddy. He's trying to chase down these T-34s. I mean, this is optimal area for Tiger. Nox run out.
Well, natural habitat. They want to be in trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole bit of being undercover. The tank with decent Nikki kind of going on in. As much as I admire their gumption, I don't know that that's going to do a whole lot down the line here.
And like kicked off the Pioneer SVT out of that building, and okay, we do have reinforcements being coming, but maybe with the tankos he can push up a little bit, but for now he's just holding them rather being shot up.
By the way,
gunfire.
Worth noting, IS-2 Komroti to the south, IS-2 Komroti to the north. So prepare to see another Ju-88, I'm sure, being called in. Meanwhile, we have reinforcement columns of Stugs and Lukes and Begleet Grenadiers, so this will continue to be the main axis of approach for both sides for quite a bit of time to come.
Yeah.
Is the 410?
Caddy's really trying to put everything down south. I'm wondering if Chicken bringing the IS-2 up north, he's going to try and do some sort of northern aggression. Perfect choice for northern aggression unit here. The IS-2 can pretty much lock down that northern side.
And actually, yes, the Vazvedka, if you want to take a look at his pathing, he's going to go hug the western approach and get into position. He's expecting a Tiger. Now, the only regret might be is if this Tiger comes to the central reinforcement point and it just completely bypasses that recon squad.
Yeah, it's really playing the long game here with that Radevka maneuver. Really reminds me quite a lot of the old war game days where people try to get infantry to the enemy spawn points. It's kind of annoying in that game, but it was the strategy.
I didn't notice, by the way, we actually have 2 Tigers here.
Huh. The population must be regrowing.
Exactly, and it's kind of great because Tigers, that human encroachment, T-34s, like there's a lot of harassing to their environments here. But we have instead is we finally have maybe a burgeoning one. Yes, sir.
And there's only like one left alive, and it's not even in the wild. It's encaged in a museum.
Yeah, well,
it's been a terrible time for the Tigers.
But you know the Brits. If the Brits can't, if they can't live in its natural habitat, the Brits want to have it. I get it.
Let's stick it in a museum somewhere.
Exactly.
That's what happens.
Exactly. Egypt doesn't need to have this culture. They have other mummies.
The French tried to take it first.
That is fair. That is fair. They even pretended to be Muslim for half a second. For those of you who don't know, I'm not trying to be racist, but Napoleon was supposedly going to become the new Grand Caliph. Ooh, there goes the looks. And we
what a campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely ridiculous nonsense.
Yeah. But yeah, we still got the Stugs and the T-34s engaging across the pond, so to speak. Damn, really good shot there from the T-34. Valentine. Oh, the IS-2 helping out the veterancy.
I was going to say a Valentine. Don't make me laugh.
There's a Valentine tank here. Oh, yeah, it is. But he's not in the best position, really. There's a Panzerschreck coming up the road. But the Panzerschreck ain't gonna... no. So he's still in an okay position, I guess, now.
Until it still gets nice and close.
Yeah.
Which is still kind of surprised he can't see... Oh, he's gonna see him when he gets super close. But to the north, by the way, Tango Desantniki push coming through with these half-tracks. So you're absolutely right, you called it. There's going to be a crazy push happening here to the north, and the Axis itself might be backstopped by a Stug. But I don't like the chances there very much. The IS-2 can just kind of bulldoze through anything that's there.
Oh. This northern push is perfect. He's got half-track, he's got infantry support guns backing him up, he's got the IS-2, he's got a huge infantry rave up north. Guys, this is how you do a combined arms push here. This is perfect. He's catching Cadilakor completely in surprise, got all his CQC infantry into the town, and he's just gonna shut it down. And he really needs that because he's losing lane 15 right now.
You know, quite amusingly, we actually have the Vazvedka to the north. 2 guys went by, it's just kind of like, guys, wait, come back, I need to ambush you.
He has to wait for his next prey.
Well, that's good though, but at the same time, it's still 13-11. And we have Stugs, excuse me, we actually have Lukes in the deep back.
I think Chickendew had to reroute some of the tank Desanitkis into the center position to try and secure out town. But yeah, Panzer II Lukes, I really love his maneuvering with him, getting him kind of behind enemy lines and making a spearhead.
Well, the funny thing is, had he just been a teensy bit more aggressive, he could have caught them out and killed the entire column.
That would have been a good kill, but now, safely in the town, and
the Lukes, and the Lukes missed the chance.
Yeah.
30 seconds earlier, he would have killed it, and it would have been absolutely incredible.
He just looped to the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this is getting pretty interesting now. Both sides really trying to get that aggressive push on either flanks, and yeah, I have a feeling Caddy is pretty close and taking another flag down south here with all his Stugs and his infantry. But at the same time, its northern aggression is terrifying. Chickendew has just managed to make so much ground in a short period of time.
Also, by the way, there's a 410 to the north, pinned down a little bit of that material. Kind of funny down to the south, the Lukes is getting freaked out by 12-7s firing at him, which I understand, I really do. But it still seems a little bit absurd. It's like, okay, I have an autocannon, you do not.
Yeah. I have 7 more millimeters than you.
You know, and for some women, that's a big deal.
I know, it is.
One Tiger goes back down, so we're back down to 134 there.
Yeah, engage on IS-2s with Tiger is not a smart move.
I continue to be really quite surprised that he did not go and invest in some more JU-88s. He does get them.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess with Phase A, maybe he'll look at the one
Yeah, I
card.
think he only gets 1 in A phase, so it's pretty brutal, and I believe you only get 1 card of the cluster bombers, so I have a feeling he has no more, which is not ideal. The Tiger's almost suppressed IS-2, I don't know for how much longer.
That's true.
Oh, he gets a side shot kill. Nice.
I look away for 1 second to see if we have the half-tracks continue to be devil the poor Lukes. And actually we have a couple of Strokies being sent on in there too. I don't think they know the Pioneer SVT's there.
Oh, I don't think so.
But they're going to find out much to their dismay.
And the half-tracks trying to chase down the Lukes. Oh, but...
Down to the south, what do we have? 410s. These 410s, I tell you, they actually have been doing quite well. Armor cracked. Ooh, he called it for the last time.
Been.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm really quite surprised on how effective they've been. It's not a plane we see often, it's not a plane I even use often when I play, but they're pretty effective for just being a decent medium bomber. Oh, up north we got another mechanized push here with a bunch of tank Thessaloniki's. He's going to be trying to get onto that hillside, and currently there's not really much here to stop him.
Well, I have to disagree with you slightly, because we have the guard DPs, or not guard DPs, grenadier DPs, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And a Tiger, but the Tiger, by the way, the Tiger, he's coming in safe now because the Razvedka's out of Zooks.
Guys, he had one job.
But
I mean, they killed quite a bit, but...
Including, I think, an actual another Tiger, actually, that's why.
Okay, never mind, they've done their job really well. I mean, they killed 3, 4 trucks, a bike, and a Tiger for, like, a 30-point unit?
Not even, I think it's 20 or 25, but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. So I take back my initial statement. Yeah, that paid off tremendously for Chicken, and because of that, he's managed to almost completely take his northern hill.
That's true. It really is. I'm continuing to be a little bit concerned about what happens in the south now.
Yeah. Caddy is pushing pretty strong here. There's no IS-2s currently, so the Tiger is the biggest kitty in the playground.
Be careful, because at the 85-43, he's got some crazy pen.
He does have a chance. But currently, things aren't looking in his favor due to his morale.
410 to the north, by the way, and at the same time, I think we're going to have a rocket run by this Cobra. Oh no, the Cobra's going after the plane.
Yeah.
Silly Cobra. And actually, down to the south, yikes. There is like nothing left here that's Soviet. There's an IS-2 now, finally, at long last, and 1 Strokey squad.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Pack 40-75. Yes, sir?
But even though, yeah, this southern side is not looking good, it's Trove. Like, Chickendew's doing fine, technically, because his northern aggression has worked lovely for him. It's just whether he can keep it up. I mean, right now, he's losing in terms of points. He has quite a bit of a way to go. But against a Vanguard income deck, I think time will be on his side.
What position? Will position be on his side?
Yeah, it's a good point. Because up north, I mean, he does hold northern farmstead, but he's not positioned well in it. Let's say that.
Well, to take with this on Nikki, yes, the Grenadiers here definitely undergunned against the close-in fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still slouches, unless you run them right into a trap. So
yeah,
gotta take that back for a second. Tiger, did that go down? Tiger, I think, went down.
No, he up north.
Down south.
Or down south.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks pretty dead.
And we actually now have another Shitnikov coming in as well as a T-3485 hero unit here. Still pretty vanilla, but That may not be a flavored vodka the Germans really want to consider right now.
Mm-hmm. They definitely want to mix it in with lots of water, try to distill the Soviet force as they push through, as Chickendew is starting to invest in a bit more forces down south. So I think he can at least take back at one flag right now, directly from his spawn, which should be a pretty good flag to take back.
True. One final Luke's over here. It's just kind of bedeviling some of these strokey. Now, the unfortunate thing for Chickendew is that, again, IS-2's not a lot of firepower really all said and done. They'll stop shots forever. But the amount of shells, 30 shells really overall?
Yeah, they're pretty slow firing. They're good for infantry support, but, they're also good for tank support in general. It's just, you're gonna need a supply truck eventually.
Yes, sir. I'm looking elsewhere. Is this finally another one? No. It's 410s. I'm telling you, man. What after this T-34-85? Might see a sneaky sprint rush trying to force a surrender? I don't know. But a Fusilier in here as well.
I'm quite surprised Chicken hasn't invested any more in NTR because these 410s are constantly pounding him. They haven't been terrible, but it's still kind of annoying to just be constantly hit by airplanes.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about that myself, frankly. We haven't seen a lot of firepower from that direction. Checking to the north, the stroke engages another T-34-85.
That's pretty good. Caddy's managed to retake our northern side back to the 50-50 line. Still doesn't have control over the town apart from the one Ersatztruppen, which hasn't been disturbed. Pretty good for the Ersatztruppen.
That'll change. That'll change.
Yeah,
we have an off-map observer real quick. I'm sorry.
Chicken's got another IS-2 up north. He's got a lot of firepower here still, and he's got anti-air. So I have a feeling it's going to be pretty hard for Caddy to try and take back his town until the off-map artillery changes the artifact.
Well, and still a little bit undergunned from pushes. From a push perspective, I'm not sure I even like a German push after a barrage.
Yeah, he's still got the infantry support guns, the tanks. The IS-2 is not going to be too affected by... Well, it would probably be a bit effective if it was directly on top, but even then, it's still an IS-2.
Well, here's the right play, too. By the time the barrage comes down, he might get the strokies coming in, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
And he's not reinforcing the push either. 275 Pack 40, 75 mil Pack 40 is being brought into the south, by the way. Looking to kind of take advantage of that lakeside property. Even as Luke's gets awfully close to the Tenko de Sant'Niki, I think the Fusilier does see him. But when all is said and done, Grenadier could still cause quite a bit of hassle for this IS-2 to the north as well. So I think I'm just kind of excited to see what this off-map will bring.
Probably artillery.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I know. I walked into it. Should have known.
Same with tank Destiny keys. Well, they were just standing there. Well, now would be a good time to walk away.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's been extremely effective. Putting town 2, taking out 2, the 210 is shockingly effective. I always forget how effective they are, just because I feel like so much of the German off-map artillery is not terrible, but certainly a little bit more lackluster than what I would rather prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, like 210 it's pretty large when you think about it. It's a 21 centimeter shell. That's a lot of centimeters.
Actually,
it's almost, like a 30 centimeter stick.
Well, I was trying to figure the whole conversion for that. Was it divided by 2.2? So 8 or 9 inch shell. Yeah, it's pretty intense. But I like the response by Chickendew. Instead of throwing this new troops back into the town, he's sweeping up the hillside saying, we gotta push this. And the thing is, he does. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, it's a good call, and it's only support guns, yeah?
Well, and the Flak 38, that's a little bit to the north of 20 mil. It could be sliding down to the south, but won't do it in time. Instead, we have this rush of Pioneers and Grenadiers coming in. There's a small pocket beginning to form, and there's 410, yep, and the noble 410 coming right back in. That guy, again, what a boss.
That's definitely going to save his arse, keeping those infantry, this sort of support weaponry alive in general. Because you really can't be affording to lose that, especially this time. And yeah, the infantry reinforcements, I hope he doesn't just rush them down, because he kind of just get shot at. He's unloading. That's good. Yeah, things down south have really settled down. Cadilakor's just got a nice defensive position. He's got his tanks all hidden, he's got his anti-tank guns all set up, and like multiple lines of defense. He's doing pretty nice down south.
Less barrage to the north, by the way, going after the IS-2. Somehow I doubt he's going to be completely freaked out by this. He might take a good amount of morale damage, but just not, an incredible amount, let's say.
Yeah. Just a little bit shaken, not stirred.
Well, that's the 410.
Gonna definitely change things up.
And more strokes being brought in to kind of continue that harassment. At long last, actually, a couple 37 mils being brought on in. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
A third one actually being brought in. Jeez.
Hopefully that'll be enough for Chickendew to actually start shooting down some of those airplanes.
I would definitely be surprised if it doesn't.
But yeah, I mean, so far, Caddy, he's just holding on. He doesn't really have to regress, he just has to hold for another 5 minutes or so. Probably a little bit harder of a Vanguard deck at this point against a Flatline. But he seems to be doing pretty well in terms of momentum and just the terrain that he holds. Like, the southern side is pretty easiest to hold where he is.
Well, it's stunning besides, because again, like, as has been said, 14th Infantry, outside of those strokes and the occasional Tiger, IS-2 goes down to the north. I'm not sure if that was just overall stress or what it was. But the 14th Infantry, not considered really a powerhouse division.
No, I'm actually really quite surprised. Like, Cadilakor was piloting them really well, because every time you've seen this division, it just face plants, because it's usually terrible. It's an infantry division with terrible infantry. But with the airplanes and the tanks and everything that's not infantry, Caddy's doing a pretty good job.
And maybe that's the caveat to have. By the way, A-20C Boston coming down to the south, 1,500 kilograms of bombs onto that Pack 40. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a whole new lake here. But maybe that's the proviso that we have to assign with it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be effective with that air power.
Yeah, and it's working really well, those 410s.
And to the north, the position behind the lines has been more or less consolidated. There's one more tank with this on Niki, still hanging out to that barracks. But we have Tiger, Stroke, Grenadiers moving behind. We're definitely going to see a dead Stroke here, unfortunately. I'd be very surprised if we did not see that.
Up, he's holding. Yeah, southern push, like, Chickendew is so close to getting that farm where the Grenadier DPs are. So close, and he really needs it to bring it back to a trove, but the Tiger is just keeping the infantry at bay.
Well, exactly. I mean, like, I would not be the person who says, like, you know what? I want to get in there first.
Mm-hmm. Let's charge the 50-ton death machine. That's a great idea. Up north, we've got more bombing runs, even seeing a Boston.
It's been such a long time. Tiger goes down to the south, by the way. So again, it's a question of, can he hold on for 3 minutes? Now, if this is any other occasion of real life, at this point, this division's laid up for weeks. But if you can hold on for just a little bit of time...
Yeah, it's tight. Oh, it's... No, he's still... no, never mind. The tables have been turned.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it's tough. Down south, really his best bet is to kill out IS-2 and then try to retake his territory. I mean, it really just comes down to IS-2s against 29th. They do also have T-3045s, but they're actually manageable to kill. The IS-2s are much more of a pain in the arse. Well, especially if a division that doesn't have great anti-tank.
But the thing is that even then, he doesn't have to actually kill those. He just to like kill the Strokey in the middle of the map. That's a free flag right there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He really needs any of the flags that he can take.
And there we go.
Flips it back. 2 minutes and 40 seconds he has to hold out for. And he's barely holding... Okay, he's got some of the southern flags back, so he has a little bit of leeway. But still, it's getting pretty much down to the wire. Chickendew needs to make some sort of push happen.
That's 3 Strokeys right there, and another T-34-85 trying to push it to the north. And down to the south, I think he's running out too. I wouldn't be surprised if he barely has 8 Strokeys left.
Yeah. Yeah, 29th is decent in the infantry department, but... I mean... It's not super great either. I mean, it's a tank division, so... Not gonna have hordes and hordes of infantry. But yeah, I mean, up north we got the IS-2s which are really leading the charge here. But they're gonna have a little bit of a hard time rooting out infantry by themselves.
Well, and then we finally have something where the air assault trooper might be able to beat their counterpart, but of course they do outnumber them literally 9-1. And even then, he just gets butchered. Good God, my friend. Well, thank God for the Pak-40.
Mm-hmm.
And at long last, also, we see the Dushkas coming on in, so definitely running quite low. Farmhouse goes back to the Russians, but not before Cadilakor gets his own flag back.
Yeah.
But it's a 12-12 still.
Down south, the IS-2 meant to grass onto the other very southern farm. But it's going to be taking quite a bit of anti-tank fire here from multiple angles, and Crouching Tiger gets the kill. Holy crap, that was a good goddamn ambush.
The Pioneer SVT doing his thing, holding the line, and this is the last 60 seconds of Chickendew's life before his goose gets cooked. And yes, I realize mixing the metaphor on that one, but it still seems to fit. The Dushka assault, in the meantime, desperate to get any kind of thing whatsoever, trying to get some kind of territory. I admire the gumption. I don't like the timing.
Yeah.
And wait, and up north, the actual flak thing takes out an IS-2.
What the hell? Oh, really?
It's got to have been HP damage. Because there's literally nothing else that was going to have sightlines on it.
Holy crap, I know the flag reeling is a terrifying piece of equipment to go up against, but I would never expect it to actually kill an IS-2. That is... I'm surprised. Probably the IS-2 tank as well. Or what's left of it.
Most illogical. Yes, Mr. Spock. Fusiliers, Grenadiers, in the meantime, just kind of chilling as we go to the last couple of seconds here. Jeez, GG.
Holy crap, that was a match.
It certainly was. And the kills to prove it.
Yeah, well, holy crap, it did have, like... The flag filling... Damn. I gotta take more flag fillings. I always see him to kill, like, Sherman tanks and other light armor, but I never expected he could kill an IS-2.
Well, the Resvedka that was behind enemy lines ended up claiming 6 kills, including a Tiger.
That was beautiful. That really worked well. Too bad you couldn't get the second Tiger run out of Zooks.
Yes.
But still worth it.
Yes.
Well, and I also like seeing that play.
The Ju-88, he's got 3 kills. I mean, he got 2 of them on the same gun run, but still quite impressive. 2 more kills for 410. Flak Vierling takes down... Sorry, no, I'm sorry. 20 mil takes down a couple.
One Tiger?
Yeah, a couple of real heavy champs here.
Yeah, Tigers actually... We don't see Tigers very often. It's usually a Division 3 pick, or we've seen replays. Don't usually have them, but they work surprisingly well in this match. I mean, they're usually kind of for the most part, I find, but here...
No.
Caddy used them well.
He certainly did.
I like the ambushes he did with them, not keeping them completely on the front line exposed against those bloody Stalin tanks.
It's definitely been quite exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But any final thoughts?
None.
Well, folks, in that case, we will see you on Thursday. Until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru, take it easy.